It's Presley at ActOutGames.com here, and today we are going to be doing a pre-NerdCon video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this weekend, I think we're making our last trip of the year. I think this is our last scheduled trip, at least, unless something crazy comes up in the last minute. Yeah. We're gonna go out to NerdCon. You want to tell everybody what NerdCon is? NerdCon Stories, to be more exact.
NerdCon Stories. And so, I'm gonna have to start with John Green. It's really John Green and Hank Green.
Mm-hmm.
They both are running VidCon.
Yep.
Even though it's kind of both their cons, mm-hmm. and Hank decided to start NerdCon.
Yep.
And what's supposed to be happening is NerdCon is going to have a different theme each year. And this year's theme is stories. Right. So there's not just going to be authors there. There's going to be pretty much anyone that tells a story. There's going to be musicians, poets,
yep.
all sorts of people, mm-hmm. that just write
podcasters,
yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah, live performers
writers.
And stuff. Probably, yeah.
So anyone that makes a story, as
Harry and the Potters.
Harry and the Potters.
Yeah, musicians and stuff. Yeah, so anybody that's involved in storytelling, I think.
Yeah.
Or, not anyone who's involved in storytelling, but people who have any kind of involvement in storytelling,
yeah.
are going to be there. And yeah, and I remember when Hank was first talking about this, he was talking about how he wanted it to be a different theme each year, and the first year was stories.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen or not. There's going to be a NerdCon Stories next year, or if there's going to be 2 NerdCons next year, with one with a different. I don't know what's going to happen, but I remember that as being one of the things he talked about too.
Yeah.
Initially when he was talking about NerdCon Stories. But yeah, so this is, it's a small con, it's first year, so really cool to be able to go to the first year of a con like this.
Estimated that they actually only sold, they only are selling 30,000.
3,000. Yeah, they said they were going to cap out about 3,000.
Yeah, it's going to be a really small con, which will be definitely really nice compared to the very, very large amount of people at Salt Lake.
Yeah, Salt Lake was huge. Denver Comic Con, all these cons we've been going to have been big cons, so it would be nice to go to a smaller thing, a more intimate kind of thing. Do you remember where it is?
It is in, I keep wanting to say Baltimore.
No, it's in Minneapolis.
I know, I always want to say
Minneapolis. Baltimore. And so, I think, Ashley Mardell lives in Minneapolis, I think. Lives in the Twin Cities area. And Emily Grace lives up in that area. But I think Emily Grace is going to be in school and is not going to go, which is sad. Anyway, we'll get to meet some authors. So we've been reading a lot of books.
Yes.
Doll Bones, if you follow the book club. Holly Black is going to be there. The Wind-Up Girl and The Water Knife, which I also just read, which are both fantastic. Not kids' books, so Presley didn't read these, but these are on my reading list. And Paolo is going to be there. And then, who else are we going to see? We're going to see the girl that wrote Fangirl, which is we just started, but it's a really good book. We're going to see...
I haven't started it yet.
Lev Grossman, who wrote The Magicians, the series, which we've read the first book. Presley's finishing up the first book. I finished the first book of that. So lots of authors, and John Green obviously is going to be there as an author. And so lots of people. We've been reading a lot of really great books, and I'm really excited to meet some of these people and talk to them about their books. We were just talking earlier today about Lev Grossman and The Magicians. One of the creepiest scenes I've ever read was in that book, and so I'm really interested to compliment him on that, number one, and talk to him a little bit about that. I think that'll be interesting. We're going to take all these books and get them signed. Yeah. And you have something to say?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I've gotten to the point of that creepy scene that he was talking about, and Holly Black and Lev Grossman are going to be on the same panel.
They are. And
it will be amazing, and I just want them to kind of collaborate on a creepy book, because it would just be just so creepy yet so good, and it's just yes, please.
One of the things that's going to happen that I think is really fascinating is they're going to play Super Fight. So there's going to be a group of these authors that are going to get together on stage, and then we'll be in the audience, and they'll play Super Fight, and we get to watch them play Super Fight.
They played Super Fight at the AMV Iron Chef at NDK, so I and I've seen it before. I don't remember where. I think it was on YouTube. But it seems really, really interesting to see authors play it.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they're going to play it with their characters. They're probably going to play it with their characters.
Oh, that would be interesting. That's a really good idea. I don't know if they'll do that or not. We'll talk to Hank about that. So, like, I think it's really cool to see them play these narrative story games. There's one they're playing that's the Adventures of Baron von Munchausen, which is kind of a collaborative storytelling effort that a bunch of the authors are going to get together. And I think it'll be interesting to see a lot of the people, especially the people that are writers, like write novels and things like that. Like, that's a very structured, and you take your time, and it can take a year to kind of come up with a story and put it all together. That doesn't necessarily mean that these people are good at thinking on their feet and telling a story, because that's a very different skill. So I'm very curious to see if they're good at a game like Super Fight or something.
Yeah.
And then there's supposed to be, again, when Hank was first talking about these, there's supposed to be opportunities for us to interact and play those kinds of games with some of the authors, like take some of the people that are attending, and they were talking about tabletop gaming, like D&D kind of stuff, or Super Fight, or Cards Against Humanity, or something like that, where you could actually kind of play games with some of these authors and play around a little bit. I think that's going to be really fascinating. Lots of panels of them talking about the art, like how to write, how to suck less, I think was one of the panels.
It wasn't called How to Suck Less, but it was in the
that
description.
Was the description, right? I think it was what was it?
I can't
What was the
remember
subtitle? It was like how to embettering your world making or something like that.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
it was called
How to Suck Less.
Yeah, the description was, none of us start perfect at writing. So the question is, how do we suck less?
Yeah, right. So that's going to be, like, all of this stuff's going to be good. And then obviously there's signings. Like we said, we're going to take the books and get them signed. So it sounds like a really fascinating con. If you're anywhere near the area, there's still tickets available. Definitely check it out. I think tomorrow is the last day to buy tickets beforehand, but you can buy tickets at the door, so come see us and come hang out at NerdCon Stories. I think it's going to be really awesome, right? And if you're going, let us know, and come say hi.
Yeah.
We'll let you know while we're there. Cool? So yeah, we just want to let you know that's where we're going to be this weekend. It's going to be our last trip. We'll definitely be vlogging the whole thing so you guys can see it from our perspective. And if you're anywhere in the area, we'd love to see you. Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that it's the last trip, but I'm also kind of happy it's the last trip.
I'm thrilled that it's the last trip.
I'll get to be home, but I also don't want to.
I'm so done with trips this year. So done with traveling this year. We've done a lot of traveling this year. We might have to scale back a little bit next year. I'm tired. I'm getting too old for this crap.
I wasn't too travel.
Okay, cool. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll catch you up on NerdCon Stories this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.